Welcome to part 2 of Network Administration, Configuring B2B Exchanges. First, we're going to take a look at managing your digital twins transactions, then configuring B2B to route transactions, using transforms, managing special network situations, and then a spotlight on the network success team. I'm just going to do a bit of a recap from part 1. In part 1, we went over how administration is really the management of your digital twin. We learned how process networks create a shared workspace to orchestrate different kinds of business processes through a single platform. We added our partners to enable the shared workspace for them and create a true network. And we populated our team's workspace by adding users. Now we're going to talk about how to configure the B2B transaction exchange to enable our shared workspace to send and receive data across the links we just established. As we mentioned earlier, the act of linking basically verifies that your digital twin knows the address of your partner's digital twins on the network. In this way, we can think of managing the B2B setup as a sort of digital post office. Linking tells TraceLink the address, so TraceLink knows where to send the data. B2B configuration gives the special instructions that are needed to properly deliver the data. So B2B configuration is like setting up each business's preferences at the central post hub, which is TraceLink. It defines how each transaction should be formatted, labeled, and routed to reach the destination seamlessly, without any manual intervention or errors. You only have to do this for your side. And this isn't a new concept if you're familiar with TTS. There is a similar setup for TTS that your implementation team completed. And it doesn't matter what all your partners are doing. You only have to worry about your side. On your partner side, they need to set up all of this with the help of our network success team, but we'll talk more about that later. For now, try to keep the idea of the post office in mind. We'll be using this analogy throughout. Let's now take a look at configuring B2B to route transactions. B2B defines how each transaction should be formatted, labeled, and routed to reach the destination. You may have heard of the integrate once concept. When you integrate once, you basically enable your digital twin. This can be done through B2B integration, for example AS2 or SFTP, API integration called TraceLink's Link Actions, or the UI. We're not going to go deep into the other integrations. Just know that there are tools in TraceLink that allow you to do this. For B2B integration, this is something you do once per choreography type. By choreography type, we mean different EDI formats, Edifact, X12, or other. In our post office analogy, these different choreographies would equate to different vehicles that would deliver the package. You need to provide certain B2B information in order to exchange the data files. Basically, give the trucks the information they need to deliver the proper packages in the proper format. We'll concentrate on those concepts today. At this point, your ERP is integrated into TraceLink. You've decided on your transactions. To exchange those transactions, you need to configure your system to tell each transaction what needs to happen inbound and outbound in order for your system and your partner system to exchange data. We're going to use our post office analogy to describe these concepts. We need to tell our delivery vehicles where to go, how to prepare the package, which door to go to and from with security clearance. Tell the postal vehicle how to offload with outbound settings. Tell all the vehicles which door they're allowed to come from by associating B2B connections to an entity, basically the door. Tell the post office how to package the message with common transform sets. Give the driver access securely so they can complete tasks without having a postal escort. Basically, this is a security badge for within the building. Let's look at each one of these concepts now. Outbound settings. If you've done any administration work on TTS, you know about service configurations. This is a similar concept here. You set up the delivery rules for each message type. If we think about our post office analogy, this ensures the mail truck has the proper delivery instructions to get the package to the digital twin of your partner on the network. This is basically what you'd set up for your outbound settings. For each link, you need to set up delivery options for each message type. Connection associations. So we've told the trucks where to go, but we need to make sure they're exiting through the proper door to help the post office route the message. This is considered the connection association, and it plays a key role in ensuring that messages are correctly routed and processed. You can associate the B2B connection to your company level or to a location, so messages you're sending come from the right entity, and the messages you receive go to the right entity. In our post office, we'll consider this the door through which we leave our company to head off to the post office. In this case, we're associating the SFTP connection with the company rather than an individual location. Transform sets. Your partner is expecting the information in a certain format. You don't have to worry about what format your partner uses, but you do need to tell the system how to change your data into a common format, a canonical. This is where transforms come in. To continue with our analogy, the message you sent is in a round package. Not everyone can receive a round package. So first the post office packages the message in the common square package for processing into the post office. Then when they send it out of the post office to the recipient, they put the message in a triangle package because that's how the recipient packages stuff. How does the post office know what packaging to use? Because of transforms. Different companies often use different data formats and standards. The transform set acts as a translator, converting data from one format to another so that both the sending and receiving systems can understand and use the information without compatibility issues. So basically, a transform is a map used to convert data from one format to another. Transform set is a collection of transforms. We have different transforms for each message type. Altogether, these would be a transform set, and this is for IDOC. Integration principle. Give the driver access securely so they can complete tasks in the post office. Continuing with our earlier analogy, consider the integration principle as the driver of our postal vehicle with a security badge that has all the credentials to allow the vehicle to complete tasks at the post office. Since they have the credentials, there is no need for a security guard to escort them throughout the building. An integration principle enables different applications within TraceLink to communicate and exchange data. It's technically a user object in TraceLink, but no one logs in as the integration principle. Integration principles work in the background to enable secure system-to-system communication with integration-specific access to the app or network they are assigned. And this is not a new concept. We use this in TTS for SOAP calls. Here's a quick quiz. In our post office analogy, we sent our delivery vehicle out the proper door with delivery instructions, as well as instructions on how the post office should package our message, and we made sure the driver had security clearance. We're going to match the concept in our analogy to the configuration step in TraceLink. Tell the postal delivery vehicle how to offload packages. With outbound settings. Tell all the vehicles which door they're allowed to go to and from. With connection associations. Tell the post office how to package the message. With transform sets. Give the driver access securely so they can complete tasks in the post office. With the integration principle. As mentioned earlier, a transform is basically a map that converts data from one format to another, such as IDOC to canonical, canonical to X12, and a transform set is a collection of transforms. From our analogy, this is the packaging change from round to square to triangle. For every B2B connection type and choreography combination, there will be a transform set. Just as a reminder, a B2B connection type would be AS2 or SFTP. A choreography basically refers to an EDI format like X12 or EDIFACT. In our analogy, this was our different kinds of delivery vehicles. Since a company has one B2B connection per choreography, they will use different transform sets for those connections. If you're familiar with maps in TTS, a transform set looks similar. This is a sample transform set for IDOC B2B SFTP connection. Just note the direction inbound and outbound. Note that the catalog says public. This is basically the download of what we saw in the transform screenshot earlier. There are two types of catalogs. Marketplace catalog contains transforms created by TraceLink partners, customers, or professional services that are shared globally. It also includes TraceLink's pre-built transforms. A company catalog contains transforms that are specific to your company that you don't share out. In our analogy, we transform and the package changes. But if we're changing from one file format like EDIFACT to another like X12, shouldn't the delivery vehicle change too? And the picture look like this? That's a possibility. But why is the first picture correct as well? Transforms could actually be needed with the same format if there are business requirements for additional non-standard fields. This would still require a transform, so EDIFACT with extra fields to canonical, canonical to EDIFACT with added fields. Adding a new system or location due to mergers and acquisitions, for example, creates special, more complex situations. Up until now, we've mostly looked at basic scenarios, but now we will look into some more complex network situations. For example, when your company, already using a B2B connection with Mint, acquires another company, the integration process depends on whether the new company uses the same protocol, such as SAP, and document type like iDoc. If they are using the same B2B protocol, the impact is minimal. You can simply create a new company location in master data. In this example, the B2B connection is associated with the company level. So once you add the location and identifiers to master data, TraceLink knows those new identifiers are part of your company. If the newly acquired company uses a different protocol, ERP system, or document type, you can't just add the company to master data. In addition, you need a new B2B connection for that choreography and need to import a new transform set that can handle the different data format or protocol. You can associate the B2B connection with the new company location. So, in our digital post office, basically you're adding a new delivery vehicle based on the new choreography and telling it the proper door to travel from and to. This approach ensures that despite differences in technology or protocols between the two companies, your data exchange processes remain seamless and efficient. We've given a high-level overview of a lot of configuration needs for your company. So how does all of this work for your partner? They need to configure things like transforms as well, right? Our network success team has always been there to support your partners with their onboarding processes. But now you can contact the network success team after implementation if you need to add more partners. On the customer success portal, you can open a special ticket called Request Trade Partner Onboarding. This bypasses the support queue and goes straight to the network success team. If you are onboarding a partner who is already on the TraceLink network, the case is assigned to the network success manager, who is responsible for that partner. They then support both the customer and partner as needed. If it is a new partner, the case is sent to the network operations team, who verifies the partner and adds them to the network. Then the case is assigned to a network success manager. On the customer success portal, you can open a special ticket called Request Trade Partner Onboarding. As mentioned, this bypasses the support queue and goes straight to the network success team. If you are onboarding a partner who is already on the TraceLink network, the case is assigned to the network success manager who is responsible for that partner. They then support both the customer and partner as needed. If it is a new partner, the case is sent to the network operations team, who verifies the partner and adds them to the network. Then the case is assigned to a network success manager. This brings us to the end of Network Administration Part 2. I'm just going to go through some key takeaways. B2B configuration provides a system with special instructions to ensure proper data delivery. Transforms are a crucial element to successfully exchange data with any partner on the network. And finally, the Network Success and Services team will support you with partner onboarding after your implementation period. If you have any questions today, please feel free to email tracelink university@tracelink.com.